guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Tiffany.
You were supposed to introduce both of us.
Okay.
Hey, this is Tiffany.
Hey guys,
Tiffany.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's us, Amar and Tiffany here from, what's our thing called? The Krosky family. So today our video, we are going to talk about an experience we experienced, was it last year, the end of last year. It is something that for me is hard to talk about. I'm not sure. Like, I already feel myself tearing up. Oh man, I didn't think I was gonna cry. Alright, so today's video, grab my tea. We're gonna be talking about miscarriage, our miscarriage story and our journey through our miscarriage last year. Okay. So last year around, I'm not even sure what the month was when we found out we were pregnant. I was excited, and I think I was excited because we had never really, like, we had talked about more kids, but it wasn't like something that we really discussed wanting more of right now and then. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we had made a video saying that we weren't going to have more kids. I think we did. Saying we're not ready for another kid in a couple of, maybe like a year.
It wasn't even a year, like a couple of months after we posted that video.
Right.
We found out we were pregnant. So, we found out we're pregnant, and I was like really excited because it just really was like the thought of a new child, and Adrian's older and more self-sufficient, and we had just bought a house and we have the space for it, so it was just really exciting time for me.
Yeah, I was excited. I was equally excited. You know, I was wanting a little boy I could kind of raise up and do all those father things, or even another daughter would have kind of just continue to teach me new things about being a father, being a man, and being a husband. And then, new life is always exciting. So I was definitely excited. So
then we started, we went to the doctor, and I guess like after the initial doctor's appointment is when I kind of, if I think back on it, is when I had a feeling like, I don't know, like something isn't right. And I wasn't sure if it was with the doctor or with like the situation. So we go to the doctor's office, and she gives me like one of three options. She's like, you're either gonna have a miscarriage, you're pregnant with twins, or you're not as far along as we think you are. Those were the three options. So we're left with that. And then she did say it was probably, did she lean more towards one in that appointment, in that initial appointment?
No, she just left it up to those three things.
Yeah.
On that initial appointment.
And then she said I had to go get some more blood work done. That our appointment was like on Wednesday. Friday I had to go get some more blood work done, and then she said they would follow up with me then. So Friday I go get the blood work done. I think I hear back from her on Monday. It wasn't even her, it was like her assistant on maybe like Monday about scheduling another appointment. So this appointment was a couple of weeks after the first one, right?
Right.
We go they do an ultrasound at first, and then the first ultrasound they did, I feel like the lady who did the ultrasound was really friendly and talking to us. Then the second time, nobody said anything to us. Like, she just took the pictures of whatever she's supposed to take pictures of, didn't say anything, and at that time, like, did you kind of know something was wrong?
No, I never want to, like, put no negative energy out there.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't know. I was trying to be hopeful, and just trying to, like, mentally prepare for whatever situation was presented. That's kind of where my head was. I wasn't leaning one way or the other. I was just kind of mentally preparing for every possible outcome.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I mean, at that time, I felt like something was wrong just because she wasn't saying anything.
Okay.
Like, normally they'll be like, oh, well, there's your baby, or your baby's growing good, or there's the heartbeat. It was no, like, she didn't say anything to us. She just took the pictures and was like, the doctor will see you soon.
All right.
So then we wait to see the doctor. We see the doctor and she goes, well, the growth isn't what we expected it to be, so you're gonna have a miscarriage. You have 3 options. Once again, 3 options. We can take a pill. I could have took a pill, had a surgical procedure, or just let it pass naturally. And I feel like at that point she was kind of like pressuring us for an answer then.
Right.
Like I don't feel like she was being really respectful and giving us time to process.
Not to cut you off, the entire experience at that hospital was subpar, especially when you're paying for health insurance, and even more because you're dealing with something that's as serious as someone possibly losing a child. I feel like the overall professionalism of that establishment was extremely lackluster. Especially the way in which she told us that we could possibly be having a miscarriage was it wasn't just like, hey, you all may be having a miscarriage or maybe not. She basically like, yeah, you're gonna have a miscarriage before, and I understand that she's a doctor. I get all of that, but I also know the importance of understanding how God is in control of everything. And I know she was just trying to probably just I know she was probably trying to do the best of her job, but the overall experience, I think, was a negative experience in general, dealing with the people.
So at that time, I wasn't at the mental, I didn't know which decision I wanted to make. So she was just like, all right, well, you guys think about it and I'll give you a call. And almost as if it's
just like an everyday thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say maybe normal for her, but I don't know, I just felt like she didn't handle it with care or any type of empathy towards the situation or towards me or what we were going through. So after thinking about it, praying about it, I just wanted to let it happen naturally. And she actually, I don't know if I told you this, she actually didn't call me. She sent me an email saying that she was going on vacation and that she told me what day she would be back and that she would follow back up with me when she got back in town. Never heard from her again.
How did you feel? Well, what were your thoughts or your emotions like when you realized, I'm definitely going to be having a miscarriage? What was your head at?
I think I was sad. And I feel like I was I feel like I had got people's hopes up because we had told Adrian, and I even got my hopes up. So I was just I guess I was more so disappointed and confused as to why, because at the time I didn't know how common miscarriages were, or that
So did you feel like you blamed yourself?
I definitely felt like I blamed myself. Okay. I should have done this, or I could have been doing this, or but then when I really started looking it up and researching it, just seeing that it's common and just understanding that wasn't meant to be at that time. But it was a lot to process for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I know I was just trying to make sure that I didn't say anything stupid, or hurtful during that time. I was trying to make sure that you were in a good space. I think that's what was my only concern, was just your well-being and making sure I didn't add to any stress. Yeah. How was I doing it? Did I add to your stress at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
No.
All right, yeah, that's how I was. But okay, so you can go ahead.
So when the process actually started happening, that was really painful, and I think I was in the bed for like 2 days.
About 3.
3 days, just
About 3.5.
in the bed. Just in the bed. I was just in so much pain. And I remember you had took off work. Because I think the day it started, you were supposed to go to work that night.
I was actually getting ready for work. And at first I think I told him I was gonna be late or something. Anyway.
You were there for the whole 3 days. And my grandma was here to help with Adrian. So that really helped having somebody else, because I felt like you were just focused on me.
Mm-hmm.
I was focused on getting through it, and I don't feel like during that time I don't feel like Adrian felt abandoned because we had somebody else here who loves her taking to help take care of her during that time. And just the timing of that, like my grandma even being here during that time.
Because she was already here, right?
Yeah, she was already here, and she would just come to. I remember she would just knock on the door and check on me, like, "You all right? You okay? Do you need anything?" So that was nice. That made me feel good to know that like I wasn't alone during that time, and like all phone calls I got, text messages I got, like that made me feel good. Just knowing you're not alone and it's not your fault. So yeah.
After the miscarriage was complete, where were you at mentally then? Like what were you thinking? How were you feeling? What were your thoughts about the future?
I think I was still sad.
Okay.
It wasn't until like maybe a couple months after it where I realized I was like grieving, in a grieving state. And I think because like although you didn't know the baby, like a life that was lost. Right. And I think the hardest part was like feeling and seeing the life leave your body. That was hard because you're just like seeing bits and pieces of something leave you. So I think I was just like grieving and sad and just like in a funk mentally, like in a cloud, like just like a cloud. So I wouldn't say it was like depression, but it was definitely like sadness. What about you?
Well, I was going to therapy during that time period. It was actually, I think, one of my last therapy sessions, and she asked me. It was like a couple of weeks after it had happened. I was like working nonstop after this. Like I don't remember me being off at all, and I was making sure I was doing as many photo shoots as I could, making sure I was at work, and school. I was just filling up my schedule unconsciously. My therapist asked me, "Well, are you trying to work away this pain? Are you running from this situation by working?" And anybody that knows me knows I'm a tad bit of a workaholic. I enjoy to work. I don't know if I enjoy it, but I like to always be doing something. And at the time, I was kind of angry when she said that. Like, what are you talking about? And of course, I made up all of the generic male excuses of, I gotta make sure, my family taken care of. I can't stop everything, because it's happening. I gotta keep going. And which there is some truth to that, but overall, I was definitely overworking myself during this period, trying to cope with this situation that I kind of had pushed to the side so that I could make sure Tiffany was okay. And I noticed maybe a couple months ago that's what happened, that I had replaced grief with work. So,
and I think just like understanding when you look back, like that we were both in a grieving stance, it just offers both parties, for me, well, at least it offers me like grace when it comes to the situation of like what you were doing, because although you're saying you were working all the time, I don't think I even noticed you weren't here. And that just shows how like out of sync I was with what was going on with you and what you were dealing with, because I was so engulfed in what I was dealing with. And then just still making sure I was present for Adrian too. So during that time period, I didn't even notice you weren't here. And like looking back now, I can think back and be like, you know, you were working a lot during that time, but it doesn't make me feel like alone or abandoned. It just helps me to understand how you process with the situation, like how you dealt with it, or how your grief process is different from my grief process. But I do think that like us talking about it helped. Like when we finally sat down and talked about it and talked about how we were feeling, and when we both came to each other, I can't remember who started the conversation of just like understanding like I was grieving during this time period, or I just realized like I was in a grieving time space or time frame. I think that helped, and not being like embarrassed to tell people for me, because once I started like telling people, it was like, oh, I went through that too, or oh, I went through that too. And it didn't make you feel like you're the only one or alone.
Right. It kind of humanizes the other people that's around.
Yeah.
You know, because for the most part, we all go through our days. You know, we see each other, not me and her, but we see other humans or other people, and we don't always get to talk about, you know, the hard things that we go through or the real life experiences that we go through. You know, we all just kind of in this rat race, quote unquote rat race at times. So, you know, whenever you're able to speak your truth to someone and then they're able to also share their truth, you know, you're able to kind of appreciate life a little bit more. You're able to appreciate other people more. You're able to appreciate hardships because, you know, had this person not go through it, they wouldn't have been able to help me through it. And maybe this situation will help me or will help someone else that may be going through it. So, yeah. Overall, what did you learn from the situation, or are you still trying to understand that?
I think overall, it just really helped me to understand that, like, I am in control of nothing. Like, everything is God's plan and God's timing. Would I have liked to keep that, you know, let that baby be full term? I mean, obviously, yes, but that wasn't what was in the plans for us at that time. And I think I'm grateful that it happened and that I was able to like get through it and not be so wrapped up in the why did this happen to me, that it just stopped my relationship with God, or just stopped my relationship with you.
Y'all enjoy our story, and if anybody is going through anything, please understand that you're not alone, and feel free to reach out to us in our Instagram, or what all we have?
We have Instagram. We just created a Facebook page, a family page. So if you want to message us or message me directly, if you want to just talk, or you know, you feel like you're going through a hard time, you need to get through it, you can message me. I'll put all our contact information in the description.
We'll see you all next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to our videos.